How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are finally getting the engine back in the RM250. So I just finished filming rebuilding the RM250 engine. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave that linked up here, so go and check that out for this one. But yeah, today we'll be getting the beast back in the frame and hopefully completely back together with all the wiring, intake, all that back on. And then yeah, hopefully we can have it running by the end of this video. So we have quite a lot to do, so yeah, without mucking around, let's just get straight back into it. Well, let's just say that was a hell of a job. So getting the engine in was fine, like actually getting it through like the hole, that was all good. But I totally forgot that the powder must be quite thick on the powder must be quite thick on the inside of the frame. I'll just grab the torch. So just here on the inside of the swing arm. So yeah, it makes getting the swing arm or trying to get the swing arm the furthest like out possible on both sides to get the engine to slide in. I now have all the engine mounts tight, including the swing arm pivot bolt, and I got my work section frame guard back on. And what else? So I had to take the spark plug out when we were originally putting the engine in, so I've put that back in, and the spark plug cap is on now. What else? I think that's pretty much it for now. So yeah, I'll just set it up on the tripod and we'll just keep going. So I'll probably put the carb on, because then we can get all the wiring and stuff hooked up for because the carb has the TPS and the, I think it's like a choke solenoid or something. And then yeah, we'll get all the vent lines run, the power valve vent lines run, and yeah, do all the wiring. And then yeah, we can hook up clutch cable, throttle cable, we can put the ignition cover gasket in, and then yeah, we just got to do radiator, subframe, tank, exhaust. Yeah, it should come together pretty quick. So it is about 8 o'clock now. I'll probably go until about 9. So yeah, I suppose we'll just see how much we can get done in an hour. We'll just roll a time lapse. This pipe has been sitting for so long that like the oil and stuff that I put on it has sort of dripped off it, And yeah, it's starting to rust there, as you can see. It's not that bad, and just Scotch-Brite will get that off. It's starting to rust through here as well. It's expected to works pipe though, but I don't know if you guys can see this, where it was sitting on this tarpaulin here. There's oil and stuff from the pipe that's leaking off it. So what I'll do is just get a Scotch-Brite pad real quick, just run over the whole thing, clean up all the rust and stuff, and then once it's on the bike we'll give it a lube up with some CRC just so it doesn't rust. To this camera, yeah, bike is pretty much completely together, as all I've got left is the seat, the tank and the chain. So yeah, probably the fastest rebuild I've ever done by far. Spend the next 5 minutes doing that stuff and it'll be done. As you can see outside it's dark again, so yeah, I'm not going to be able to start it tonight, but yeah, I'm looking forward to going for a ride. So yeah, let's get these last 3 things done. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is install the gas tank. So I've got a little clip down here, just like so, and then if we come down to, I think it's these 2 bolts, yep, these 2 bolts here. Alright, so next, chuck the seat on. Got a fresh air filter in there. Also, I got to put the radiator shrouds and the radiator louvers on too. Forgot these were hiding up there. Well guys, let's have a look. First look at the RM250. Man, I forgot how good this bike looks. Well, I suppose the only thing left to do is put the chain on and she's completely done. Guys, it is like 9:30 at the moment. I'm pretty tired. I've been working in the shed for the last 2 days, and yeah, just trying to get this bike back together and stuff. So yeah, I'm so happy that it's back together, and it's one of the projects that I've got going on at the moment done, because yeah, I've just been lingering around this and the RM250 just for yeah way too long now. So yeah, it's good to have one of them ticked off. But yeah, so yeah, we'll just chuck the chain on and then the bike's done. So yeah, it'll be ready for start. Just got to put oil, coolant in, and then also I've got to drain the fuel because this fuel has been sitting in there since we went to Maddox. It was ages ago, which was a shame because it's pretty much a full tank of gas. I don't know if you can see in there, but it absolutely reeks. So before I run it through the carb or anything, get it into that fresh motor, yeah, that is going to get completely drained out, and I'll fill it up with some fresh 98 at a 40:1 mix. Yeah, and this thing will be ready to rip. So yeah, I suppose may as well start draining it now, and then I'll put the chain on, chuck some oil and coolant in it, and yeah, I'm actually going away for the next like 3 days, so yeah, I won't be able to start the bike up for a wee while. That's why I want to get some oil in it now. We can turn the motor over and stuff, get it all lubricated up, and then yeah, it can also be sitting, make sure there's no oil leaks or anything. And as soon as we get back, first thing I'm doing is going to kick this thing in the guts and hopefully it starts up. We'll have to do all the whole break-in and stuff again. Alright, so here's the setup. Just a fuel can on this thing here. And then I've just jacked the stand up. So the thing's in the hoses in the spout. Just turn the fuel on. We'll drain all that old fuel out. I'll just take the cap off and it'll flow a lot easier. But while that's doing that, I'll grab the chain, which is just there, and yeah, we'll get that on. So guys, fuel just finished draining, so we can stick the fuel hose on the carb now. If this is your first time seeing the bike, I built this bike about 6 months ago now. Yeah, I picked it up in June last year, and then it sat for a wee bit, and then I stripped it down, and then yeah, I decided I was going to start filming it and making YouTube videos. So then yeah, the YouTube videos started coming along, and then yeah, I built this bike, and yeah, I've done 5.5 hours on it. And then when I was riding it last, the power band didn't feel didn't feel like I was hitting power band at all, so I decided to pull the top end off, and I found all the scoring in the bore and stuff, and the bore was rusty, and then found the pinched O-ring, and then everything started to line up from buying the bike to like what was wrong with it when I bought it and all that. So yeah, had to pull the motor out, strip that down. In the meantime, ended up swapping the suspension over. Everything's up on the channel if you haven't seen those videos, so go and check that out after this one. But yeah, pretty much like I mentioned, I'm not going to get it started tonight, but going to put some oil in it. So 800 mils of oil I think it takes, and then I'll kick it over a few times. So the bike says it takes 750, so I've just gone a little bit over, just because yeah, the bike has been completely run out of oil when we pulled the motor apart and all that. So I've just got this little funnel thing here. Gonna put this in, chuck the cap back on. Alrighty guys, so I just filled the bike up with oil. Yeah, 750 mils it takes. Put the fill plug back in. So yeah, I think this bike is ready for a start. I just gotta put coolant in it, but yeah, we'll drop it down I suppose and take a seat. So I also haven't sat on it with this new suspension either. So first thing I've actually noticed is the rear shock is quite bouncy. So it's either dampener's not working properly, but it either needs tuning or it needs nitrogen or fluid added to it. All that stuff before we go for a ride on it. But yeah, I'm just stoked that it's together. All the adjustments and stuff can be done like from here. So yeah, it's not a biggie. So when I get back from my little trip, yeah, I'll pick back up the camera and we'll finish off this video and get this thing running. Well guys, this is a super random place to be filming this. The last time you saw me I was in the shed, but I'm about 4 days after that clip. I got back from my little trip and I'm just in the car on the way home from work, and I plan to get the 250 started tonight. As you can see outside, it's getting dark. It's pretty gloomy outside. So hopefully I can get home, get the bike outside. Still got to fill it up with coolant, and then yeah, hopefully this thing will run. I just want to make sure it starts and all that, because on Saturday the bike is going over to max gear, yeah, to be in their showroom. So I just want to make sure it runs and all that before it goes over there, because it's probably going to be in their showroom for about a month or something. So yeah, it's actually just started raining. Oh well, yeah, get home and then I'll probably just get the bike outside, even if it's just outside the shed. I just want to see if the thing will fire up, run it for maybe like 5 minutes, and then we'll shut it off. I don't know how well you can see the bike. It's got a lot darker than the last clip, but it's got coolant, oil, and a fresh 40:1 fuel mix. So yeah, I'm just going to set you up on the tripod. You might not be able to see me, but you'll be able to hear me if it starts. Right, first kick. Guys, as you have just seen, the RM, I just gave it a few kicks just to turn the motor over, like not actually trying to start it, just get like all the oil and stuff moved around from sitting and stuff, and then yeah, turn the choke on, and I gave it one hard boot, and it fired straight up, yeah, no hesitation, and then yeah, it ran sweet from there. So when it originally started, it was idling a wee bit high. The choke actually fell down by itself, and then the idle bumped right up. So I don't know why it was like that. It was fine beforehand when I pulled it apart. But anyway, lowered the idle, it ran it up a wee bit. Just gave it a few revs here and there. And as you would have seen, it is running super rich. I don't know if that is from the jets or if that is just the oil that was inside the bore and stuff when I was assembling it. But yeah, I can't really rev it out yet until I've broken the top end in. So I've allowed the bike to run for about 10 minutes now, and yeah, not really exceeding much more than idle. Yeah, there was one part in there that I had to clear it out a wee bit. Just giving, I wasn't clearing it out, like it wasn't nowhere near its max. It was probably just under a quarter throttle, I'd say, just giving it blips to just try and blow a little bit of that smoke out. Burn a bit of that oil off, because otherwise it was just going to load up, and then yeah, that's not really ideal. And then I've got to be constantly there holding the idle open, which dumps more fuel and oil into the cylinder. So yeah, I just had to quickly clear it out. Then left it idling for about another 6 minutes, and then yeah, I've just shut it off. So now I'm going to let it completely cool down, and then check for any coolant, fuel, oil leaks, whatever. If there is any, fix them up. It's getting pretty late and I don't want to piss off the neighbours too much, but yeah, tomorrow I'll probably run it up again. It recommends yeah, just letting it idle and then revs every now and then for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then yeah, let it cool down again. Same thing for another 30 minutes, just light throttle. And then from then, yeah, it doesn't say anything else from then. This is on the piece of paper that came with the cylinder. But then when I actually go for the first ride on it, I'm just going to take it real smooth, just go through all the gears and stuff, different rev ranges. And then yeah, after about 20 minutes of that, I think it'll be ready to properly get on. And yeah, hopefully it goes bloody well. Already I can tell the throttle response is so much better, so obviously those power valves are opening up. And yeah, it's just allowing, yeah, just the throttle response to be so much better than what it was. So yeah, it's good news, guys. But yeah, that is pretty much going to wrap up this video. Like I mentioned earlier, this Saturday the bike is going to max gear, so I'm going to make a full video. Luke, he's the one with the KTM125 that we're building on the channel. Those videos are a bit slow because he's working on his project car at the moment, but yeah, he is going to be sort of filming the whole thing, so then I don't have to worry about trying to film it, and yeah, I can just worry about getting the bike set up in the showroom, making sure it looks nice, give it a nice polish up. Pretty sweet that I've been given the opportunity to be able to do this. It sort of shows off what the work I can do, and it's going to promote the channel a wee bit as well. So that is pretty much going to wrap up this video, guys. If you enjoyed, please give it a big thumbs up, go down below, smash that subscribe button, follow us over on Instagram, motivated_NZ, and yeah, stay tuned for the next video because it's going to be a sick one. So yeah, cheers for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.